So welcome to my YouTube channel, that's what we call The Good Life. Today I'm going to be talking about growing mushrooms from a kit. So it's a first for me, so I'm really looking forward to starting my journey in growing mushrooms. So if you've not already subscribed to my channel, if you could please do so, because you'll get lots of helpful hints and tips from my allotment, my home garden, and from time to time my home kitchen. Now mushrooms are something that I've not really grown much of at all. My first try of growing mushrooms was an absolute epic failure. The second time, if I'm honest, I bought a kit and they were almost half grown anyway, so it was a bit of a cheat, and I didn't really have any instructions with the ones I bought before. So after doing quite a bit of research, because I wanted to get serious about growing mushrooms, I found this company called the Forager's Table. And they do lots of different types of mushrooms that you can grow from kits, and some even bigger ones, but I thought I'd just start with this one first. They get a really good rating on Amazon, so I thought it's best to go for one that gets a really good rating. I think they get like a 4.3 or something, which was really good. And the type of mushroom I've decided to go for is a blue oyster. The reason I've done that is because a blue oyster are meant to be one of the easiest to grow, and the temperatures, they're a lot more forgiving with temperatures as well. So let's get started. Let's open this up and get started and see how easy it is. And I was going to say, if anyone wants to join me on my journey of growing mushrooms, we will put a link up on the screen and also one in the description if you'd like to give this a go yourself. So just slide the sleeve off, open it up, and let's just see what's inside. So we have a squirty bottle. Obviously the mushrooms there, well, they're not mushrooms yet, but hopefully they will be. Instructions, really important, and this is where I think I've probably failed before in the past, is the absolute lack of instructions. So here are the instructions here. First of all, I need to remove all the contents from the box, which I've done. So like I said, I've got my spray bottle that I need to put water in, I've got my instruction booklet, I've got the mushroom block, so I've got everything that I need. I even got a little freebie. Now I don't know whether the person packing the box dropped this in there by accident or whether it's actually a free treat, I've no idea. Anyone else orders one of these, if you can let me know whether you get a treat as well. So the first thing I need to do is put my mushroom block in its bag in the fridge for 6 to 10 hours. Basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to trick the spawn into the pinning stage. So let's do that first. So I'm going to just take this round into my kitchen. Hopefully there's room in the fridge. And I'm going to pop this in there overnight. So there we go, in the fridge. So the mushrooms or the mushroom block has been in the fridge overnight. So the next thing that we need to do is pop it back in the box, but we do need to just break away along the perforations on here. It comes away quite easily, like so. Reasonably easily, like that. So we pop the block into the box and do it back up again. Like that. We are going to be showing you the journey of the mushrooms pinning and actually growing, so we're going to show you that over the next few weeks so you can get an idea of how they grow and what to expect. So the block is back in the box, and the next thing we need to do is cut either across or like a multiplication sign, so either across through the middle or across from corner to corner. I'm going to do one from corner to corner. It's said to use a knife. If I'm really honest, I don't think any of my knives are sharp enough to cut through that plastic really easy, so I've got a pen knife. I also need to be really careful with this. And it says don't worry if you cut into the actual block itself. In fact, I've read somewhere that is actually a good thing, not a bad thing. Now I'm really glad that I'm using this because this is really easy to do. So as you can see, I've cut from corner to corner and from corner to corner there as well. So there we go, that stage is done. Now I need to put the mushroom block back in its box, which it is already. I need to sit the box in a bright location but not in direct sunlight. The ideal temperatures are between 12 and 18 Celsius. It will still grow at lower temperatures but slower. So this is one of the reasons why I chose the blue oyster, because it will grow at a lower temperature, and a lot of the other mushrooms need much warmer temperatures. And my house isn't terribly warm, it's generally warm during the day, but at night it can drop down a little bit, so I just wanted to make sure that it was going to work. The next bit is to fill the spray bottle, which I've already done, with cold water and spray the block 2 or 3 times daily. Simply spray on the plastic flaps 6 times. When the mushrooms appear, spray these too so they don't dry out. So all I'm going to do is just spray that on there, like that. I think I said about 6, and that's it. And all I'm going to do is now pop this on a windowsill. So we've chosen what we think is the most suitable room in the house. Like we said, sunlight but not direct sunlight. Temperature between 12 and 18 is ideal. Takes about 4 to 7 days for it to start to pin. So we're going to leave it there and we're going to keep an eye on it over the next few days, and we'll keep you posted. So we're now 5 days in from starting off my mushroom kit, and I'm super excited. It has started to pin. So if you want to take a close look there, you can just see, which is, oh my goodness. And I can see lots of pinning if I lift it up as well. So if I just lift a little bit more up, it's difficult to see with the plastic until you actually lift it up. There we go, loads and loads of pinning there, so that's absolutely awesome. And all I've been doing is spraying on the top. So I normally rest it down, so I'll make sure I spray it actually on the block. So the plastic is obviously cut, and I leave the flaps down, and I just spray 1, 2, 3, and then I just stand it back up again, and that is all I'm doing at the moment. I'm keeping an eye on the temperature, so we've got a thermometer in here to make sure that the temperature doesn't drop down too low or get too high, but other than that, that's all I'm doing with it at the moment. Now I'm really proud to say we are on day 14 and I have some lovely mushrooms that I'm ready to harvest. So they do say you can cut them off, but most people I think twist them off. So you just gently twist the mushrooms off the block, like so, and they do come off really easily. So all I need to do now is make something with my mushrooms. So I've now cooked my lovely mushrooms, and all I've done is I've put a little bit of butter, a little bit of olive oil, some garlic and some parsley, and I've gently sautéed them. And so I'm really looking forward to trying them. I've got to say that the company I've got the kit off of, it's absolutely fantastic. You get excellent instructions on how to grow it. You've also got a support Facebook page and a WhatsApp group where you can contact them if ever you've got any questions or queries. And I did contact them once and they got back to me really quickly. So all I need to do now is tuck into these and to rest my mushroom block ready for another flush.